Here is what's coming up in today's Frontline compilation. A group of Russian troops gather around a live grenade during a training demonstration. Why they use the real thing instead of a dummy is the question. What happens next shows the risk of this choice. A Ukrainian FPV drone dives toward a Russian Grad launcher, where two soldiers lie motionless, unclear if asleep or already dead. What exactly happened to the crew, and how far will the fire reach? It's a moment worth waiting for. A Ukrainian MiG-29 flies over Kherson, carrying a glide bomb under its wing. The target is a building used by Russian drone operators. What happens next changes everything, but the full impact is still to come. Russian sources released drone footage showing strikes on Ukraine's heavy bomber drones, often called Baba Yaga. These machines have become a serious factor in the fight, but why they matter so much to both sides is the real story here. The question is, can either side afford to lose them? This is real footage. No effects, just raw moments from the battlefield. Subscribe to stay updated on every Frontline report and stick around to see it all unfold. Let's get into it. A wounded Russian soldier is left stranded in the open. Spotting a Ukrainian drone above, he raises his hands and begs for mercy. The drone responds in an unexpected way. It accepts his surrender and begins guiding him toward Ukrainian lines. As he limps forward, the drone releases a small package. At first, he thinks it is an explosive, but instead he finds food, water, and cigarettes. His relief is clear, and he continues walking until Ukrainian soldiers take him into custody. Footage from Ukraine's Sicario unit captures a Russian armored assault advancing across an open field toward Ukrainian positions. The convoy moves steadily despite encountering multiple minefields and repeated FPV drone attacks, demonstrating both determination and overconfidence. In one striking moment, a tank driver abandons his vehicle after sensing imminent danger, but is later seen sprinting back, attempting to rejoin his unit as the other tanks continue forward. Soon, the assault unravels under coordinated Ukrainian resistance. FPV drones, artillery, and ATGMs systematically neutralize the armored vehicles. Soldiers are seen fleeing across the open terrain, abandoning their tanks in a desperate bid for survival. The footage lingers on destroyed and burning vehicles, with a final strike hitting an already neutralized tank to ensure its destruction, highlighting the deadly precision and coordination of Ukraine's modern defenses. Footage released by Ukrainian Special Operations Forces shows a precise and methodical assault on a Russian forward operating base in the Kherson region. The video opens with a reconnaissance drone observing several Russian soldiers moving in and out of buildings. A seemingly ordinary day inside the compound. Moments later, an FPV drone dives in and strikes one section of the base, triggering chaos. Another drone then spots a soldier in a separate structure and delivers a second direct hit. Panic follows as troops rush to move supplies and equipment between shelters under continuous threat. Within moments, multiple FPV and artillery munitions rain down across the site, striking every visible position. The final aerial shot reveals the aftermath, the entire compound reduced to rubble, burning fiercely beneath a dense curtain of smoke. An observation drone spots Russian troops hiding inside a train engine. Moments later, Ukrainian FPV drones are launched, hunting down the locomotives with precision. The soldiers scatter under relentless strikes. 5 are killed where they fall. 1 man survives, dazed, defeated, and signals his surrender. Ukrainian forces move in and take him into custody. Russian sources released fiber-optic drone footage showing 3 successful strikes on Ukrainian heavy bomber drones, known to Russian troops as Baba Yaga. The first clip captures an FPV drone intercepting a low-flying bomber over an open field. Moments later, another bomber flying high above the same area is struck mid-air and torn apart. The final sequence shows a third bomber attempting to land in a forest clearing before being hit by an FPV. Forward observation drone footage captures what many are calling the luckiest escape of the war. A Russian logistics vehicle is seen moving across an open field, reportedly on its way to support operations near a Ukrainian base. As it advances toward its firing position, an artillery shell lands roughly 30 meters away, triggering a violent explosion that engulfs the vehicle in flames. Thick smoke rises as debris scatters across the field, leaving little sign of life. For a moment, it appears to be a fatal hit, until the camera catches movement near the wreckage. The driver, covered in dust and smoke, is seen sprinting away from the burning vehicle. The clip quickly earned him the nickname, the world's luckiest logistics driver. Wagner operators release rare footage, 5 minutes of counter-drone warfare in action. In the skies above, drones hunt drones, mechanical predators circling for the kill. Using a new tactic, Wagner pilots fight back with ropes and improvised traps. Enemy drones are snared mid-air, their rotors tangled, their systems collapsing. One by one, they spin out of control and crash. Silent victories in an unseen aerial war. The footage captures a new era of combat, drones outsmarting drones. A glimpse into how each side evolves, adapting their tactics with every strike. The Ukrainian Air Force has released dramatic footage of a MiG-29 in action. The jet hovers in the air for a few tense seconds, as if waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The target, in Kherson, is reportedly a building used by Russian drone operators. Suddenly, the MiG-29 releases a glide bomb that hits the lower floor with a direct strike. In an instant, the structure begins to collapse, walls crumbling and windows shattering. Thick black smoke and clouds of dust rise high, engulfing the entire area. The scene shows the sheer power of precision strikes and the devastation they leave behind. GoPro footage recorded by Ukrainian infantry captures a tense and chaotic close-quarters firefight on the outskirts of Robotyne, in the Zaporizhzhia region. According to reports, the unit had been tasked with securing a nearby Russian position. What was meant to be a routine advance turned into an intense firefight in the surrounding tree line. Under heavy fire and pinned down, the Ukrainians can be seen returning shots and coordinating from cover. A mission initially assessed as a low-risk entry based on earlier intelligence. However, upon arrival, the soldiers unexpectedly encountered a Russian assault group already entrenched in the area. Several soldiers are reportedly lost in the exchange, as confusion spreads over how the enemy learned of their approach. Whether through faulty intelligence or a leak remains unclear. The footage ends mid-battle, with the outcome of the engagement unknown. A Ukrainian FPV drone spots a Russian armored personnel carrier crawling with dozens of infantrymen riding on top, completely exposed. The soldiers were unaware that a deadly loitering munition is closing in. In an instant, the drone strikes, engulfing the carrier in flames and sending thick smoke into the sky. According to sources, the majority of the troops died instantly, while the survivors were critically injured. The shocking footage serves as a stark reminder of the extreme vulnerability of riding in the open, where even a single drone can turn a routine ride into a deadly trap. Russian troops are seen teaching what is allegedly a Chinese mercenary how to operate one of their fragmentation grenades. Instead of using a dummy, they hand him a live round. At first he fumbles with it, and the group laughs as they guide him through.
Держи, крепко.
Нет. Сука.
Finally, he learns how to arm and throw it. Everyone bolts from the abandoned room, and the blast shakes the space. Black smoke and dust fill the air, and the soldiers laugh at the end of the clip, turning a risky lesson into a strange, friendly moment. Camouflaged and moving with precision, a Ukrainian Leopard 1A5 tank advances to take position near Velika Novosilka. Once in place, the tank unleashes its 105mm rounds on a Russian-held building, with an overhead drone capturing every moment of destruction. The first shell strikes, sending debris and smoke soaring into the sky. Without hesitation, a second round follows, tearing through the structure and engulfing it in clouds of dust and fire. After delivering the strikes, the tank is seen moving away. Whether to reposition or retreat is unclear. The footage showcases the deadly accuracy of the Leopard 1A5 and the devastating consequences for those inside, offering a stark glimpse into the intensity of frontline combat. A newly released compilation by Ukraine's 214th Special Battalion showcases a full-scale drone operation in Zelenyi Donetsk. The footage captures drone teams surveying destroyed villages and hostile positions, relaying critical intelligence to Ukrainian troops on the ground. Guided by this real-time information, the soldiers move carefully to clear Russian positions, while the drones carry out targeted strikes and grenade attacks in support of the assault. The operation highlights how forces operate when little is known about enemy locations, and clearing hostile strongholds is a top priority. The seamless coordination between aerial teams and ground troops demonstrates modern combat tactics, where drones lead the way and ground units strike with precision. FPV drone footage captures a Ukrainian kamikaze strike on a Russian BM-21 Grad multiple launch rocket system. Moments before impact, two soldiers can be seen on top of the vehicle. Whether caught off guard or already incapacitated is unclear, but the strike's devastating effect is undeniable. A night vision drone then captures the impact in all its intensity, with shattered pieces thrown across the sky and smoke billowing upward. Finally, normal drone footage shows the vehicle completely destroyed, the surrounding area covered in dust, fire, and debris, a stark testament to the destructive power of modern FPV drone strikes. A reconnaissance drone captures a Russian T-80 BVM tank moving across the battlefield with infantry riding on top. A Ukrainian FPV drone strikes, disabling the tank's engine. Immediately, the crew tries to escape, jumping off the vehicle to save themselves. Some manage to get away, but others who can't are left lying on the ground, killed by the strike. Right after, another Russian tank in the area is hit. Flames engulf it completely, sending thick smoke, dust, and debris into the air. The second tank erupts in a massive blast, destroyed beyond repair. The scene captures the dangers of moving in open terrain under drone attack and the devastating impact of precision strikes on armored vehicles. Footage shows a Ukrainian F-16 fighter jet going after a Russian Shahed drone in mid-air. The jet quickly maneuvers, locks on, and fires, destroying the drone before it can reach its target. Every intercept like this makes a big difference. Shards are launched again and again, and even one slipping through can cause heavy damage. The clip shows how Ukraine's jets are crucial in protecting the skies, with the drone breaking apart and crashing down. Footage shows a helicopter-style drone striking Russian troops in a snow-covered open field. The first grenade hits a soldier, seriously wounding him. Moments later, 2 or 3 others rush to help, but another round lands nearby, detonating with deadly precision. Analysis of the video reveals that the grenades were modified with stabilizing tail fins and point-detonating nose fuses, allowing them to be accurately dropped from a drone and explode on impact without the normal arming requirements. Several soldiers are neutralized by the attack, while the survivors are seen retreating and falling back to the trenches they came from. A Ukrainian FPV drone tracks 2 Russian soldiers as they run through the ruins. They move from one shattered house to another, trying to find cover, but the moment they step inside the second building, the drone dives straight in and detonates. The fragile structure collapses on the spot, burying the men under the rubble and killing them brutally. Smoke, dust, and debris pour out, and the camera holds on the wreckage, showing how quickly a search for safety turns into total destruction. Footage shows a Ukrainian MiG-29 delivering a precision AASM hammer bomb onto a Russian headquarters building near Tyotkino in Kursk. The munition impacts the structure directly, obliterating the building in a single, catastrophic blast as debris and rubble fill the air, and the explosion registers on camera. According to sources, personnel inside the command post were hit by the strike, with several reportedly killed. The clip highlights the devastating effect a single precision strike can have on a fixed command node. Cell phone footage captures a Russian motorcyclist, narrowly escaping a Ukrainian loitering munition. The drone was aimed to strike both him and another rider brutally, but it misses the main target and slams into the ground just ahead of his bike. The explosion erupts violently, sending smoke and debris into the air. The rider speeds through the blast, unharmed, leaving viewers stunned at how close the strike came to ending him. Ukrainian drone footage captures a Russian quad burning near Bakhmut. According to sources, the vehicle likely ran over a mine, yet, miraculously, the blast didn't destroy it and the quad continued moving, giving the soldiers a second chance to escape, but they don't act in time. Flames rage across the vehicle as the soldiers finally leap off, too late to avoid the worst. Thick grey and black smoke fills the screen, hiding the chaos. When it clears, one soldier is seen badly burned, struggling to move, while the other, injured in the leg, collapses to the ground, unable to stand. The quad continues to burn violently as the drone captures the haunting aftermath. Ukrainian kamikaze drones strike high-value Russian assets across Crimea in a coordinated operation. Footage from the primary group shows UJ-26 Boba drones hitting radar installations, including the Utes-T air traffic control radar, Myas M1 coastal radar, and parts of the GLONASS system, as well as an S-400 site. Surprisingly, the RT-70 radio telescope is also targeted. Smoke and debris rise from each strike, showing how low-cost drones can cripple critical infrastructure far behind the front lines. Russian All-in-10 drone footage captures a series of missile strikes destroying a Ukrainian army engineer pontoon bridge in the Kharkiv region. Sections of the bridge collapse into the river with each impact, debris floating downstream and blocking further passage. According to sources, soldiers attempting to cross were hit by the blasts, with some reportedly thrown into the water and others injured by falling sections. Ukrainian counteroffensives have reportedly pushed Russian forces back around Kharkiv. And in some cases, Russia has destroyed bridges during withdrawal to slow Ukrainian advances toward the Belgorod border. Drone footage from the Ukrainian Azov regiment shows a series of precise strikes on Russian forces. The first strike hits the side of a personnel carrier unloading troops, catching one soldier nearby. The troops scatter quickly towards the nearby forest. Next, a roofless, rubble-filled building where Russians are taking cover is hit, partially collapsing and forcing men to climb out through the debris. In the final scene, the same carrier from earlier erupts in flames, exploding violently as smoke and fire spread across the area. The incident reportedly took place near Katerinivka on the Toretsk front. The footage begins with a Russian Lancet loitering munition, observing a Ukrainian Bayraktar TB2 control station in Kherson for an extended period, analyzing its layout and activity. The camera then switches to the FPV perspective, showing the drone slowly closing in, zooming on the target with precision. Another drone hovering above captures the moment of impact as the strike hits the building, directly leaving the control station completely destroyed and burning. According to sources, personnel inside were likely affected by the strike. While the immediate destruction is evident, the long-term impact on the Ukrainian drone fleet remains uncertain. Operations may be disrupted or result in critical data lost. That's today's raw footage, no filters and no filler, just frontline combat as it happened, captured moment by moment. This is M6 Archive, always first on the front lines. Subscribe, share, and join us again for more.